I started my entrepreneurial journey in July 2020, so it's been almost 2 years, and to this point, I've made about $30,000. So that comes out to about $15,000 a year. And it sounds bad, but in this video, we're going to break down how I've made that money, what my businesses consist of, and some plans that I have for this year. So to get started, I have 3 businesses, and 2 are currently making money. And if you watch the first episode of Building Piertree, you may already know this, but my businesses are broken down like this. So piertree is the main holding company that kind of everything is underneath, and I have a lot of big plans in the future for piertree itself, like starting a nonprofit called Piertree Provides, having a coffee shop, like just a lot of ideas in the future, and piertree is just kind of the holding company for all that. And then All Street Wealth is the first business, and it's a financial planning and investment management firm for our generation. Like, we do subscription-based financial advice, we do financial education, all that sort of stuff for young professionals. And then Converting Attention is a web design and content writing, not an agency yet, like it's just me doing freelance work, but the goal is to build that into an agency that serves financial brands and just helps them have like modern design, modern content. And then Creator Bread is a blog and newsletter that I write that focuses on making money in business more approachable for self-employed creatives. So freelancers, YouTubers, creators, artists, really anyone that's out there making a living without a 9 to 5. And Creator Bread is kind of like my outlet. Like, it's me sharing things that I've learned in building All Street and building Converting Attention, and I've just learned a lot about personal finance and money in that time. So I'm just trying to help educate and teach personal finance and financial education. And from the outside, that probably sounds like a lot, and it is, but the nice thing is that things are starting to compound, because in my first year I made about $2,000. Like, from freelance work I made like $6,000, and then the business, which is the financial planning firm, lost about $4,000 because there was a lot of startup expenses. It wasn't profitable from day one. But now I've already made $31,000 in my second year, so from July of last year till about right now. So I've technically 15x'd my income in just a year, and that's obviously not sustainable, but I'm already on pace to make about $50,000 next year if everything kind of stays the same and nothing big like breaks out. Like, I'm working really hard to make sure that it's not less than that. So speaking of working on things, I want to share some of the stuff that I'm doing within the businesses, and I want to start with All Street because that's where most of my attention is and where I spend a lot of my day-to-day time. We really just focus on financial education with our clients more than a lot of other financial advisors, because other advisors kind of only focus on investment management. Like, they'll take a certain amount of money, invest it, update you like once a year on how it's doing, just all that sort of stuff, not really focused on financial education and true financial planning. So like with business owners, we'll do cash flow planning for the business, cash flow planning for their personal finances. We'll look over insurance for both the business and the personal, retirement planning, estate planning, just everything that kind of goes into your financial picture, we take care of. But I started the business back in July 2020 by myself, and I brought on a partner, Thomas Kopelman, in September 2021 just to kind of help the firm grow, and also so I wasn't the only person responsible for everything within the business. And that's been great so far. We've grown a lot since September of last year. Like, we crossed 10,000 in monthly recurring revenue back in April. I think I mentioned that in the last episode. One thing that I'm really focused on right now is just trying to grow our online presence outside of just like our personal brands, because that's where most of our clients are coming from. That's where people kind of hear about us for the first time. It's just me and Thomas posting on Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn, all that sort of stuff. But I want to focus more on SEO and just building like a content library for the firm. So it just kind of also becomes a place for financial education. And that's kind of the idea behind All Street Academy. I just want to make like a lot of financial education videos, content, that sort of stuff. So we kind of have things for someone at like any point in their financial journey. Like, we have a lot of free content for someone who's maybe still in college or even still in high school, or they just graduated and they're not ready to work with a financial planner. We have a lot of blogs and videos and just free stuff to help people get going in the right direction. And then the idea for All Street Academy is just kind of like compile all that stuff so it's in one place, and then also have a course called the All Street Approach, just walking through like how to do basically DIY financial planning for yourself, and just like things you need to know, financial education, all that. And I'm really excited for that. I don't know exactly when it's going to come out. I'm hoping maybe like early next year, maybe next spring, like in time for college graduation, so we can kind of market it towards that. But then when I brought on a partner in September of last year, we kind of rebranded the firm, because originally it was Piertree Planning, and now it's All Street Wealth. So we had to do like new logo, new name, new colors, all that sort of stuff. And I had to design a new website. And the one before I had just done in Wix, like it was all right, but it was nothing crazy. But when we relaunched the firm, like I wanted us to be like the best branded firm in the industry and just like super modern, have good design. So I taught myself Webflow, the web design development kind of software, and built the whole All Street site. Like it took me probably a month or two just to try and kind of learn everything for the first time. But then when we launched, another advisor saw the site and just kind of asked who we used for it, everything, and turns out it was me. So I started working with them for their website because they were launching a new firm, and it's kind of just kept growing that way. Like there's a lot of, I think, opportunity in the space, because so many advisors are going independent and starting their own firms, and there's only like a few companies that do like advisor specific websites, and they kind of have some weird business models. Like one of them, you get locked into a contract and it's like 120 a month until you stop using the service, and they're all just templated. Like they all basically look the same. So I think I can kind of like build a niche for myself and just a name of being able to do like modern custom built websites, like just freelance work. Like once I'm done with it, I hand it over to the advisor. They have full control and ownership over it. But then I also just started adding packages to the web design service. So there's like brand creation and niche development is like one specific add-on that someone could do, or like ongoing design and SEO and website management is another like monthly thing that someone could do if they didn't want to upload blogs or update copy or just really do anything with the website. Like I can do it if they want me to. And then last thing is that there's content writing, just because I've done all my own content writing for the past 2 years. I did a lot of freelance content writing last year, like probably wrote more than like 100 articles for other people. Like I did some ghost writing. And I really just like the creative side of everything. Like that's probably my favorite part of like being a business owner, is that I am in control of that side of things, but I also still get to do like the operations and the client service and all that. But my idea since day one was always to kind of document the journey of building my financial planning firm from a marketing standpoint, because I thought I was taking a different approach than most advisors, and a lot of advisors still aren't using content and social media to try and build their brand. So I was going to just basically use my firm as a massive case study. Once it was successful, then come back and sell like fractional CMO work or content marketing work to other advisors, because I would have this whole firm that's functioning off my strategy and my ideas. And that's still kind of in the works. I'm learning that things just kind of sometimes take time to play out, and you just really have to practice patience, but taking like all the right actions and all the right steps to kind of building like a little creative agency for financial brands. And then the last thing I'm spending my time on is Creator Bread. And like I mentioned, that's just kind of like a blog and a newsletter that's focused on personal finance, money, and business for self-employed creatives. And this is the business that isn't making money yet, because my idea is for it to never really be like the thing that's making my living or the thing that I'm like truly relying on to pay my bills, because I just want it to kind of be my creative outlet for everything that I'm learning, creating content and trying to build a freelance business and building a financial planning firm. Like, they're all kind of like just varying disciplines, and I think I can take a lot of that knowledge and help other creatives just build their businesses and make a living online or wherever they're trying to make a living at. And my goal right now is to work backwards to get a sponsorship. So Colin and Samir have talked about this before, but like having a North Star brand in mind and then just basically reverse engineering that opportunity. So my idea, like, I want to get a sponsorship with Catch benefits. Like, I've made videos about them, I've written about them before. Like, I absolutely love the app, and they provide like personal payroll and financial automation and benefits for freelancers and self-employed creatives. And I had already had the idea of Creator Bread before I even found out about Catch. So I was like already building that audience of self-employed creatives, and the idea is that because my audience would match the exact people that they're trying to reach with their service, that it would be a pretty easy like sponsorship pitch for me to be like, okay, I have X number of people subscribed to my newsletter, this much traffic to the website each month. I am literally writing about personal finance and business for creatives. Like, I really hope that that kind of just plays out over time, and I just need to get the numbers up before I feel comfortable even like pitching that, because I don't want to mess up the opportunity, and I'm just not big enough for that yet. Like, the newsletter has 290, I think now 294 subscribers. But then I'm also working on I'm working on a course called Freelance Finances Made Simple, and it's just going to be a quick, maybe 30-minute, an hour-long video course, just walking through everything that a freelancer needs to know about money and business when they're getting started. And I'm still working on the script and everything right now. Like, it's taken a lot longer than I was expecting, and it's just a lot of stuff to do, from like figuring out how I want to structure it to scripting it to then figuring out like how I want to distribute it. Like, I might do Podia, or I might kind of build it in Notion and then sell it on Gumroad. But have a lot of ideas once that kind of comes out on how I want to try and grow sales and just get it out there. But that's kind of everything that I'm working on from a business standpoint right now, is like just growing Creator Bread to be like my creative outlet and talking about money and business for self-employed creatives. And then there's Converting Attention, where I'm doing my own like freelance and creative work. And then All Street Wealth is kind of like the big thing in the background that's kind of just functioning, and I have a partner with that, so I don't have to spend as much time as I used to on it, just because now I have more help and there's more things going on. But that's kind of what the businesses look like right now. And I want to share a few things that I've been struggling with as well, because starting this business, I didn't have any experience running a business or doing anything that I'm doing right now. And I've just like mentally struggled with a lot of things. One, because like I said, I haven't done this before, so everything's new and it's just a lot to learn. And then second, like, even though I have a partner in the financial planning business, like, I still spend 99% of my time alone in my apartment, like just trying to create things, make things. And it's really just lonely a lot of the time, and I get in my own head a lot, and I've just really struggled like trying to figure out like who I want to create for and how I want to spend my time, because there's like so many things that I'm kind of working on, and they all need content marketing. Like, how can I post about All Street and financial planning and that stuff, and then also market the freelance like web design stuff, and then also try and grow Creator Bread. And I know all of, like, if I personally was to start tweeting about all that sort of stuff from my own account, I would really go nowhere, because all of it's kind of closely related, but it's all for like different specific people. So, I mean, it's taken me months to figure out just like how I want to just kind of present myself online and who I want to be and who I want to talk about. And I finally came to the conclusion just a couple weeks, like it might have just been last week or the week before, that for content and just like creating things, all my time is going to be focused on creator bread, because that is kind of like my personal playground for content. Like I can write about creators, or like I did a how they made their bread series, and I just kind of want to keep doing that over time. Like I profiled Colin and Samir, like how they've kind of built their creator business, what it's made up of. I did it with Cole Bennett and then Sarah Dici as well. And it's just fun because I get to write about things that enjoy me, and there's not really any expectation of it. Like it's not really content marketing, like it's just creating content, writing things that I love. And it's also kind of like, it's like lessons that I've learned from doing my own freelancing and working with other freelancers within the financial planning business. Like I feel like I just have a pretty unique perspective around personal finance and money and creative businesses, because I'm kind of in all of that stuff right now and trying to figure it all out myself. And now it sounds simple just explaining it, that oh yeah, I'm just going to spend my time on creator bread and not really focus on doing the content marketing from my personal brand for the other two businesses. And it just took me so long to figure out like what I even want to talk about, or what I should be spending my time on, or who's even enjoying the kind of content that I am putting out. And that was just beating me down mentally. And I wish I had like a good tip on how to kind of get out. One, I guess one, just focus on what you're actually trying to do. Like don't try to do too much, because I'm definitely trying to do too much, but I also have like a lot of big visions and goals for everything, and a lot of things are going to start playing out just literally once I have more income coming in, and once I have more time to just kind of let things grow and have more time to build things. Because my ideal situation is having like 10 to 30 great clients with All Street. I just kind of work with those only. I focus on All Street Academy. So once I kind of build out all the financial education, hopefully that's just kind of marketing it from All Street and then converting attention. I will probably always do freelance work on the side for fun because I just absolutely love it. I just don't know if that's ever going to become a bigger thing in my life. Like I think I could easily turn it into an agency if I spent more time on it, but I really don't know if I want to do that. And I enjoy what I'm doing right now. It doesn't take away any time from me working on All Street or Creator Bread. And I mean, there's super high margins right now. Like if I charge $4,000 for a website, it's basically, I mean, it is all profit other than taxes for me, because I'm not paying anyone to help with it, and it's just a high margin, high profit thing for me to do, and I love it. And then like I was kind of saying with Creator Bread, my ultimate goal is just to get a solid sponsor for it. Like if it's Catch Benefits, that would be amazing. If it's 2 or 3 different ones, that can also work. But like my goal is not to just kind of treat Creator Bread as a way to just make secondary income. Like I want it to be things that I believe in. Like I'm not just going to take a random sponsorship from a random company that offers me money, because that's not really the point. Like the point of it is literally just making personal finance, money, and business more approachable for the self-employed creatives, because one, the industry's already huge for like remote work and independent workers and freelancers, and it resonates a lot with me because that's why I kind of quit my job, was to be an independent worker and have the time freedom. And there's not really a lot of time freedom yet, but that's what I'm building towards, and I can speak to that from my own experiences and things that I'm learning and stuff that I've seen with maybe like clients I've worked with, or mistakes that I've seen other people make. And that's just what I want Creator Bread to be, is just an authentic reflection of my journey and me sharing learnings from along the way. But to wrap it up, I feel like this episode wasn't too exciting. Like I just kind of rambled on about what I'm working on, but Want to wrap up with just a few things that I've worked on in the past month since I recorded the last episode. So I've built 2 websites since then. One was a full build, like design, development, helping with copy, and then the other was more just design only. So I just kind of designed the first draft, 1 round of feedbacks, then handed off the site to the advisor because he just wasn't ready for a full build yet, but still wanted kind of like my design feedback. So also have another website that I just signed on last week, and then have a couple more in the pipeline. So right now, a lot of good things going on with the freelance stuff, a lot of things lined up. So hopefully that can kind of just keep growing. And then last Monday, I think it was just last week, I was announced and I won top 100 advisor in 2022 from Investopedia, and that was really exciting because it's not focused on awarding people or awarding advisors who just have the biggest firm in the country and manage the most money. Like, it's focused on highlighting advisors who are kind of focusing on like financial literacy and financial education and just like helping people out in their communities. And it just felt really good to win that because that's what I am focused on. Like, I don't care about managing $500 million or having a book of 200 clients. Like, I just want to help the people that I am qualified and able to help. And for where I'm at right now in my life, that's self-employed creatives, because that's exactly what I am. And then I also just kind of met with some clients over the past month, financial planning clients, signed on a new client last week that I'm meeting with on Thursday. I'm really excited for that one. They've got really cool business and just excited to work with them. And I started a new interview series within my newsletter. I guess I forgot to kind of mention that with all the Creator Bread stuff, but I started a newsletter back at, I think it was at the exact same time that I launched the blog back in September, but I've written 40 editions of the newsletter so far, and I started doing an interview series within the newsletter with another independent creative, just getting different perspectives and insights around like creative business, and then also making money more approachable. So the series is called Money Matters, and it's 4 questions every time. It's just text-based within the newsletter. So I'll reach out to a creator, a freelancer, ask them these 4 questions. I change it just based on who it is. So, like, one of them's like, what advice would you give to someone just starting on YouTube? And what does financial independence mean to you? And the bonus one that I like is, what's your favorite thing to spend money on? Like, because I just want to make money less of a scary thing. And I think like having other people share like what they enjoy spending money on and just like their thoughts around money will make at least the subscribers to my newsletter more open about money. And it's just like, I just want to make, if it's not normal in the real world, I want it to be like a safe place within the newsletter and within Creator Bread for people to talk about money and to ask questions about money. And I also do a Q&A about personal finance and creative business questions within the newsletter as well. So, and then like I mentioned earlier in the video, I recorded a video about catch benefits on like how to put your savings and your taxes on autopilot, and highly recommend checking that out. I think it was the last video I published before this, so it might be over here on the side, like in the recommended videos, but you can just hop over to my channel and check that out. I think it's only like 5 minutes. And then last thing that we did for All Street was we released a new service called One Meeting, One Plan. So normally when we work with clients, it's on kind of an ongoing basis. Like, it's a month-to-month subscription that starts at $350 a month, and then someone could work with us for 6 months, and then if they kind of got everything addressed and they feel comfortable with where they're at, they could just kind of stop the service and go on their way. Or I've had some clients that have been with us for a year, over a year, and it's just like that monthly fee, but that monthly fee can be a lot for someone who's just getting started in their career. But the service that we provide is super valuable, and it takes a lot of time from us. So we had to raise the monthly prices to match like how much time we were actually spending servicing those clients. But then that kind of left a gap in the market for someone who doesn't need an ongoing planner. So we created a service called One Meeting, One Plan, where we just meet one time, get all the information that we need to build a financial plan, and then we meet for an hour. And then about a week or two later, we deliver the financial plan via video and just kind of walk through the whole thing so that you understand what's going on. And I'm really excited for that service. I think it'll be impactful because it's only $500 for an individual, like a single person, or $750 for couples and families. And I think I think we're building truly something special with All Street because, like I was saying before, we have the free education with our blogs and everything. Working on All Street Academy, which is going to be like a DIY personal financial planning course for people who don't want to work with an advisor. And that'll be at a lot more accessible price point, like probably 150, $200, and it'll be super in depth. And I'm excited for that. But then we also have the One Meeting, One Plan for people who aren't ready for an ongoing advisor. And then we have the ongoing service for anyone who does want to work with an advisor ongoing and investment management and all that sort of stuff. But that's kind of what I've been working on right now. Again, I don't know how good this video is going to turn out. I'm just kind of rambling at this point, but if you made it this far in the video, I appreciate you, and going to have another episode of Building Piertree out soon, and hopefully this just kind of turns into a lifelong vlog and documentation of what I'm trying to build. But we'll catch you in the next one.